And now I would like to call back again Martyn Manson, please, because he will give us a perspective, another perspective on study abroad, on the study abroad experience, as he spent 1 year in Cadiz, Spain. So.
Hi. Like Georgette, who spoke to you before, I was also fortunate enough to get to spend some time in Cadiz, which is a really nice city. And one of the, well, if any of you are not sure where Cadiz is, by the way, I've just put a little map here. You can see it's like right down in the south of Spain, near Africa. In fact, you can see Africa from some parts of the region. And one of the things that stood out for me about the city, which I really enjoyed, was the fact that it's got such a rich and colourful history. It was supposedly the oldest continuously inhabited city in Western Europe, and it was founded around 1104 BC by the Phoenicians, but since then it's been occupied by the Greeks, the Carthaginians, the Romans, the Arabs and the Christians, and all these different cultures and civilizations have kind of left their mark on the city, and you really feel that when you're walking around the place, because it's a small city. And for example, you might walk past a Roman theatre, and then sort of 30 seconds later you cross the main square and you go past the Baroque cathedral that you see here, and then 5 minutes after that you pass a house. There'll be a plaque on the wall saying that the Duke of Wellington stayed there during the Napoleonic Wars. So all these different periods of history are all kind of reflected in this one small city, and I found that really interesting. But in terms of my experience, obviously the main reason for going there was to learn the language, and over the course of the year it really improved leaps and bounds, not only through having the classes in the university and kind of interacting with Spanish people on a day-to-day basis, but also I think all the little things you have to do when you're in a new country that you don't really think about when it's your own language. Things like opening a bank account, having to find accommodation, speak to the landlord, even things like having to sort out an internet connection, speak to companies on the phone. All these kind of things which are quite daunting at first when you're using a foreign language, but really sort of boosts your confidence because it shows you that you can actually do things with the language. And but I think that knowing a language isn't just knowing the grammar, the vocabulary, being able to understand it. I think it's also really important to understand the culture of the people who speak it. And so I think for me the most valuable thing I took away from that year was that cultural knowledge, like what Georgette was saying, because I really during that year got to live as a Spanish person and experience their way of life. And so events such as the carnival, which is famous in Cadiz, and the Semana Santa, you might read about these things, but it's not the same as actually being there and living through these events. And also obviously the music. This part of Spain is sort of the home of flamenco music, and the food. This is pescado frito. It's like fried fish. It's a bit like when you get fish and chips here, but it's a bit more varied because they'll batter like dogfish and squid and all kinds of things. And I'm going to stop talking about battered dogfish, making me hungry. But and just to learn to understand the mentality of the Spanish people and the way they live their lives. So thanks to the people here at Kingston and the organisers of the Erasmus programme for making that year abroad possible, because it was really memorable and a really positive experience. And if anyone ever has the chance to visit Cadiz, then even if it's just for a holiday or something, I really recommend it, because it's a really unique kind of place. It's got really nice beaches as well. So So yeah, thank you.